Hello!
Hello!
In this video we're going to answer some questions that have been asked on our Facebook group. We put a post up a while ago saying ask us anything, and these are the results. If there's a need for a second... Poppy's going mad today. If there's a need for a second lot of questions, maybe you YouTubers want to ask some, stick them in the comments below. We might do another one. So Heather's going to ask the questions and answer a few. I'm just going to answer a few because I haven't got my glasses on and I can't read them.
Okay, so let's start with the very personal. And that is, this question was from Gavin May and Karina Walker. And it was, where did we meet? Well, we didn't meet on the internet, but we did meet on the internet. We were both on Match.com. I was widowed and Rick was divorced, and we met on Match.com.
We did.
His funny thing is that it cost him 120 quid or something, and it only cost me a fiver. It wasn't quite like that, but
it was.
But it's been costing him ever since.
Yeah. I basically joined and met Heather virtually instantly. Started chatting virtually instantly. But she'd been on.
He thought he wasn't going to be able to find someone as wonderful as me, so he took out a 6-month subscription. Or maybe it was that it thought it would take him 6 months.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, there you go. That answers
there you
that
go.
one. That answers that one.
Okay, so from Andy Blake, what do we do for a living? Now, apparently, everybody knows I'm an engineer. I don't think I mention it very often. But I only do a 4-day week. I don't mention that very often either. No. So that's me. I'm an electrical engineer, actually. But I don't do van electrics. I leave that to him. And I don't do auto electrics.
Yeah, explain what an electrical engineer is, because people might think you wire houses and stuff.
I don't do house bashing either.
What do you do?
I work in the industrial section of electrical engineering, where if you went to a site or a factory or went on a tour of somewhere and you saw all of these panels with lights flashing and that sort of thing, that's the sort of electrics that I do.
There you go. And mine is really boring. I am a warehouse manager for a shop fitting company.
Shoplifting company, did you say?
Well, yeah, something like that. Yeah, shop fitting. So that is it really. I just run a warehouse for them, and no, I don't fit shops out. I don't do anything like that. I just literally live in the warehouse and basically run the warehouse and manage the jobs going in and out to site. That's it.
Yeah, up till recently, mine was more of a vocation and a career.
Oh, mine is far from that.
And Rick's he needs the money to be able to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, exactly that. I've never had a career and never wanted one. I left school, just started working in warehousing all my life. It's boring, but I make this joke, but it's true. I've had 9 days unemployed in my life, and both the times I've been unemployed through redundancy. And yeah, I've worked in warehousing all my life. That's it.
Okay, from John Scott, he asked about our seeds of both our camper van journeys started.
Right, well, this one's really easy. We did a video about this a while ago, so I won't go into massive detail.
I'm sure he'll link it below.
Yeah, there'll be a link somewhere for it, but basically we did a full video showing what we did. The abridged version is I started caravanning when I was 21, went into Volkswagen bay windows, so the old Volkswagens that you see, then a newer Volkswagen, then motorhomes. In the interim, Heather did motorbikes and tents, and then
up until I was about 25.
Yeah, exactly, when she was younger.
A lot younger.
And then had a massive gap from it, really. Did a few camper vans, didn't you?
Yeah, but not many.
Not many.
Then when I met Rick, and he'd already got the T5, and I did like going in the T5, but I like
Yeah, we like a bit more space
Yeah,
now.
we like our creature
We're
comforts.
we're a bit older now.
Yeah.
Kneeling down, getting dressed, and having a poo at the end of the bed is not fun.
He means in a
I mean,
toilet.
in a portaloo, obviously. You know, all right, I've been drunk a few times, but I've not gone that far. Next.
Okay, this is from Emma Shaw. So this is a bit more about how long we're going to keep Athena. Poor Athena. She's only been with us a few months. Yeah. And are we planning on upgrading in 2 or 3 years' time?
You start.
Well, the plan is certainly maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
5 to 6 years. So she might be 6 years old. We might keep her for 5 years. So at least another 5 years, which does put us both in our 60s in 5 years' time. Certainly, I mean, we said we were going to keep Pearl 4 to 5 years, and didn't.
Yeah, but
that was more because I think partly because we did research Pearl, but I don't think we researched her as well. And what Pearl did give us, and we've said this so many times, is that we loved Pearl, but what it did give us was what we didn't want, what we didn't like, and what we did like. So you know,
I think basically, I was a bit dubious, to be honest. Why we didn't go for a 6.36 metre van originally was we went from a T5 to a motorhome. Albeit it was only a 6 metre motorhome, but the culture shock was just too much. It was just too big. So we decided to go to a 6 metre panel van with Pearl. But when you go to a panel van and you lose a fair bit of room through the toilet and shower room, you start thinking, well, there isn't a great deal of workspace in one. So the benefits of going to a 6 metre van for us just didn't really work. Whereas with this one, the workspace is great. And it seems to tick all the boxes, so I think that's it. And like Heather said, the plan touches on to someone asked a question, retirement plans. Who was that? And we'll carry on with this thread.
Yeah, that was Steve Worsley. Sorry if I've said it wrong. How long before we retire and when we're going to hit the European roads was Steve's.
That hits the sort of question where we're going with how long do we keep this van. We don't know an exact date yet. It does depend on when Heather finally decides to finish work. You've got a big project running that you want to see through, haven't you? Mm-hmm. She wants sort of this one last start to finish project, and that's running for about 4 years maybe.
Not quite that long, but
either way, she'll be 60.
Yeah, it really depends what the next project is that comes along.
Yeah. So the plan is, when I get to 60, I'm a year younger than Heather. I know I look a lot older, right? When I get to 60, Heather will be 61. We'd like to at least, I think Heather will retire totally. I might drop down to a 3-day week, or I might continue to work full time until I'm about 62 and then just pack it in, because the finances working part-time for a couple of years extra versus working full-time and then binning it off completely work out the same.
Yeah. We've already started thinking about it and the sort of, you know, nest egg that you need to have in order to be able to do that. The thought of having to work another 10 years
not going to happen.
Is definitely not going to happen.
And also, without wanting, this isn't meant as a brag, but we live in a house that's way too big for us. The whole idea was when we bought this was that we could sell it and buy a small one, so the house became part of the pension plan, really.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no doubt about it. We want to finish way before official retirement age, and we've often said this, but it's as a joke, but it's true. For 6 months of the year, I want to pull to the end of our road and go right, left or right, with no plan, and just come back 6 months later.
I can't listen. No, and there being a planner.
No plan is great, but yeah, that's the dream. This also then goes into another question. Someone asked,
full-time van life.
Would we do full-time?
And that was DD. Thank you.
DD?
Yeah, DD.
What, from?
DEE, it says on her Facebook name.
I thought that
her,
was
he, her.
From the Ramones.
Sorry.
I'm quite impressed. Someone from the Ramones has asked a question.
The Ramones. What song did they sing?
God.
Oh, I see. Anyway, yes.
Blitzkrieg Bop for one of them.
Full-time van life. It won't be full-time van life, but technically it could be sort of partially full-time in the fact that we could go away for 3 or 4 months at a time.
I think the plan...
the other question that we didn't answer was the European
Well,
side.
that goes into this as well. Because of Brexit, where you can only do 3 months out and then...
only in... What's it called? The area.
Schengen.
Long area.
Schengen, or whatever it's called. But anyway, yeah. So, no, we wouldn't do full-time van life, but we'd certainly do 6 months of the year. I think the plan...
We'd still have...
We've still got to have a base.
A base, yeah.
The plan tentatively...
We've got too much crap.
The plan tentatively is 6 months in the UK during the nice weather and 3 months abroad over winter, stroke autumn, whatever, and then 3 months at home would be ideal. But as we say, we're probably 6, 7, 8 years off that yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll touch upon the fact that if we did replace this van, Heather wants an A-class to do that in.
Well, I say that. I think that having started to use it...
I don't think you could live in this for 6 months of the year. I certainly couldn't.
Oh, well, probably not. Possibly not this one.
No, well, you couldn't. You want a full-size, proper, separate shower if you're going to go, in my opinion, off-grid, and a proper seating area and a proper bed that stays as a bed. If you're going to live in something for 6 months, so you're going to have to go for it. Anyway, we're going off topic.
We don't know, and obviously from a health point of view, hopefully we're still.
She could have
healthy.
killed me by then. Let's face it.
Okay, so Phil Goodwin asked, do we have time to watch YouTube? Yes, we do have time to watch YouTube. And who do we watch?
We both watch different things, although we do watch some things together. I obviously watch a lot of car YouTube stuff, which is my other interest, which I won't bother.
And trains.
But we have a sort of bit of a routine with YouTube. There are certain channels that we never miss, or certainly I never miss. There are certain channels where we'll only watch certain videos because the topic might not interest us, and there are certain channels where we only dip in and out, and I'll be totally honest with that, and I'm sure other YouTube channels are exactly the same. Off the top of my head, Mike and Kirsty on the Frenchies, I never fail to watch their videos because I like the way Mike edits his videos, and I couldn't put that much effort in, but I like how he does it, and also like them as a couple. And they do a lot of, well, they do all UK stuff, and I'm not interested in the abroad stuff. I always watch Alex from TTXCLA, even though he has motorbikes, cars, caving, camper vanning. It's a diverse channel. I just watch it because he's got a stupid sense of humour like me, and I just like watching it. We watch Graham and Ellie on the Wizards. We watch Rachel and David on Leisure Bit, but I only dip in and out of them because certain things don't interest me. You watch a lot more than I watch. What else?
Helen and Martin.
Helen and Martin. We like watching Helen and Martin, but I've said to Martin, I'm not going to hide it, I don't watch the abroad stuff because right now we don't.
There's a few bits and bobs we watch. The abroad stuff.
You watch a lot of their abroad stuff. You find it more interesting than me.
Yeah, some of the places, obviously, I have actually been abroad and that sort of thing, and whatever. Obviously, Posh Cats as well.
Yeah, same thing with Posh Cats. I love Trev and Sue, but I've not watched any of their French thing that they're doing at the moment while we're recording this because it doesn't interest me. But
and then others, the likes of Bob Earnshaw and whatever.
Only if I'm interested in what they're reviewing there.
Yeah. Yorkshire Motorhomes. Most of these people we've actually, well, all of them we've met.
Yeah.
We've actually met them, and like you say, it's nice to actually now we have actually met all of these different people. makes it a little bit more personal when you do watch them.
Yes.
I don't know.
But like I say,
but certainly, if we're going somewhere, and it's a new campsite to us, it's a new area to us, I'll just search. So YouTube is sometimes about, right, we're going this place tomorrow or next week. Right, let's see if I can find some YouTube videos.
And you watch a lot of Peter Vaughan, don't you, doing the motorhome reviews?
Yeah, I like to watch Peter.
What's his
Vaughan.
name? Alan Heath, the other guy who does.
I don't watch so much of him.
No, but again,
Andrew Dittner used to watch.
Yeah, he doesn't
just because I just used to like his way of.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's even though Rick will say that his editing is bad, he's actually watched a lot of these.
She doesn't mean Andrew Ditton's editing's bad.
No, his
mine.
editing's bad, and he's got so much knowledge by watching them and going, oh, I wonder how you do that. So he's gone onto YouTube to find out how to do it to make things look better. So everything improves. I mean, I've improved. I don't sound like a robot anymore. and Poppy's completely disowned us.
Right, next question.
Okay. James Jeffries, he said that he loves watching us walking about and all this sort of thing, but him and his partner can only do flat walks and certain lengths of walks. Wow. And he's basically asked, this is more of a question to put on in the future, so perhaps you can put it across the bottom. How long the walk was, whether it was flat, whether it was easy to walk, that sort of thing. So he's actually asked for that to be added to. So it was a question, but it was more of a. It was more of a.
Yeah.
I could. That he could.
I could if it. This depends on Heather reminding me. Someone asked us in the comments a while ago to put on.
Oh, a map. You did it
map
for one, didn't you?
A map of how we a map of how we travelled to each place. Like certain people will put the route on, and I did it for one, and then I never got reminded again. So I could try doing that, but in fairness, unless Heather reminds me. Next.
Okay. Jill Saxby asked about what our favourite clubs, whether we do club sites, which most people will know, whether we like camping and caravanning club or the caravan club. We actually, it's all dependent upon where we go.
Yeah.
We do a lot of rallies, so we're in the Motor Caravanners Club.
Yeah.
They do some great rallies. They do.
I think the majority of it is, as you know, if you watch the channel, we do a lot of DAs, which are temporary campsites and stuff like that, purely because we don't really care about the facilities. In the winter, we use a lot more proper campsites because of the hard standing and the lack of getting muddy and stuff like that. But as Heather said, we prefer the camping and caravanning club, don't we?
Certainly prefer their prices.
Than the caravan and motorhome club.
Controversial maybe, but
we tend to do a lot more with the camping and caravanning club. No other reason than, like you say, the prices are better, but also the DAs are better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably as much as we can answer on that. It really is wherever we're going, whatever campsite you find that fits the bill.
Yeah.
It doesn't
CLs and CSs. And that's another reason for being in these clubs, is so that we can go on those. Yeah. Go on those sites.
It really is.
So
the big sites are nice when it's quiet. I don't think in the summer when there's loads of kids about and loads of people about, that's not our thing really. We tend to make the use of them in the winter. Yeah. As you'll have seen if you saw one of the recent videos where we were at Sherwood Forest. Lovely site in the winter, but yeah, would I want to go to a site with hundreds and hundreds of people on it in the summer? I doubt it, to be honest. It's
like she says, independent sites. It really just all depends where we're going, and if for those of you that watch the videos, stipulation is, can we walk or cycle to somewhere?
Pub.
Is there a pub somewhere to eat while we're out and all this sort of thing? So so it's not really, do we have a favourite site?
No.
I don't think we do have a favourite site. Have we been to some that we'd probably go back to again? Yes. But again, it depends where we're going and, you know,
what we're doing.
What we're actually doing, yeah.
Right, watching the clock tick down on this shows that we were never going to get this into one video. So we're going to stop this one here, and it will unfortunately become a two-part video. Sorry about that. So we'll stop here for this one and join us again in a few days where we'll do part 2 and continue on with this nonsense.
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
see you later.
Just can't stop you talking, can we?
No. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you for watching.
Yeah, why'd you say thank you?
Because I think it's nice that people have watched.
See you later.